It is very difficult for swimmers to notice flaws in their technique. That is why we must thank Backstroke, because it shows and exaggerates 5 common mistakes of freestyle. If you kick on your back, do you move at the same speed as on your stomach, faster or slower? Most people don't kick as fast in backstroke. Some can even move when kicking on their back. The reason is that the knees are creating resistance by bending down on the way back. In freestyle, this defect can be hidden because the opposite leg has good support when kicking forward, but on backstroke, there is not as much support when kicking forward because the leg only pushes water out of the surface. It also sinks the body with the little support it gets. If you can learn to kick strongly backwards with your knees straight and a maximum of 60 to 80 centimeters below the surface, you will also have a better freestyle kick. Aaron and Denise realized their freestyle wasn't as good as they thought when they started swimming backstroke. Many think that freestyle kick is a waste of effort. One of the people responsible for spreading this idea could have been me with this video swimming 100 meters at a 105 pace, kicking only once per stroke. But many don't understand that this kick per stroke is very effective and has a lot of technique and strength. Each kick provides support and balance to the arms. But if you make the mistake of bending your knees or hips too much, it doesn't matter how much you kick, you will never be able to swim at that speed. A very common mistake when swimming backstroke is not bending the elbows. In our swimming camps, around 90% of adults do not bend their elbows when swimming backstroke. This is a serious mistake that can lead to shoulder injuries. In this incorrect position, more support is felt and less coordination is required. Both arms are stretched the entire time, but it creates more drag and it is a risky position for the shoulders that don't have good mobility. The perfect bend of the elbow is between 100 and 140 degrees with respect to the upper part of the arm. This is 90 degrees. This is 180. We have to be closer to 90 than to 180. The elbow in freestyle bends more for long events like the 1500 and less for the 50. For the 50, you can sacrifice efficiency for more support. But in races of 100 meters or more, you want to be as efficient as possible with your energy to be able to maintain a high speed. In backstroke, the stretch elbow will actually put you in a weaker position to pull. When you bend your elbows in backstroke, you need to keep your other arm straight. Doing 2 different things with your arms simultaneously requires coordination. For many, developing coordination is a mystery. Certainly, it is easier for some people than for others, but the truth is that it is neither a mystery nor very difficult. It is almost a mathematical formula. The first step is to divide the movements, then do them in slow motion, and third, visualize the movement. To do that, it is better to practice it outside of the pool. First, a single arm in slow motion in front of the mirror, shoulder to the front, elbow stretched, little finger pointing to the back, shoulder rotation, bend the elbow while the wrist remains firm. The hand points to the floor. Lower the elbow while the hand continues to point to the floor. The hand finishes pointing to the back. The cycle is repeated. You divided the movements. You are doing them in slow motion. Now close your eyes and visualize yourself in the water. Repeat 20 circles with each arm. Once you've mastered the correct movement, try it very slowly with both arms. One arm must be doing the exact opposite of the other. After you master the movement, close your eyes and visualize yourself swimming backstroke. Aaron and Denise have been doing this for 45 minutes. Their shoulders are very tired. When they think they have it, they practice it in the water, but they sink and water enters their nose. Here, they discovered that they have another mistake that they also do in freestyle. When swimming backstroke, it is necessary to have enough air in the lungs. The idea is to breathe every 3 or 4 strokes quickly. Between breaths, it is better to hold the air inside. This gives you more buoyancy for you to lean on when you're swimming. My favorite equipment for swimming backstroke is the nose clip. It allows me to hold my breath better and it prevents water from entering my nose. In freestyle, it is the same. In most cases, you should hold your breath and breathe every 2, 3, or 4 strokes to have a better buoyancy and be able to swim better. Denise has the coordination and the lungs full, but the legs keep sinking. Here, they discovered the 4th mistake that they also make in freestyle, but that is more evident in backstroke: the lack of pressure in the abdominal cavity. At this point, Having strength in the core muscles is not enough. In the case of Denise, she is tightening the lower back muscles, and that is why she arches too much and the legs sink. It is estimated that 50% of back pain is due to the absence of pressure in the abdominal cavity. When the diaphragm contracts, it causes pressure in the abdominal cavity and it stabilizes the spine. Here's an exercise to know if you're breathing with the diaphragm or not. When you fill your lungs with air, do the last two ribs and your stomach expand? Do they stay the same or do they contract? If your answer was that they shrink or stay the same, I have bad news for you. Only if you answer that they expand, it means that you use your diaphragm to breathe. Both in freestyle and backstroke, it is necessary to have this abdominal pressure, but it is more obvious in backstroke because the legs tend to sink. If you're sure that your kick is correct and that your lungs are full and you still don't see the feet very close to the surface, it is likely that you need to use your diaphragm and tighten the abs a little more. Once Aaron corrects those mistakes, he discovers another important one. His shoulders do not come out of the water. He soon discovers that it is due to the lack of shoulder rotation. He corrects this by trying to make his shoulders touch his cheeks. Shoulder rotation is very necessary in freestyle too. Their backstroke technique is still not perfect, but it helped them improve their freestyle technique. Their next goal is to learn breaststroke. If you want to learn to breathe properly while swimming, click on this playlist. See you there. Swim fast.